The Fall River Manufactory was the first cotton mill to be constructed across the Quequechan River in Fall River, Massachusetts. It was also the first successful textile mill in the area. The company was established with $40,000 in capital in March 1813 by David Anthony, Dexter Wheeler, Abraham Bowen, and several associates. Much of the money was raised in nearby towns. In the same month of March 1813, the Troy Cotton Woolen Manufactory was also founded at the high end of the falls along the Quequechan, about 1/4 mile to the east. The Troy opened for business in March 1814. By the 1820s, the successful operation of these two pioneering cotton mills would lead to the establishment of several others along a short stretch of the Quequechan River. By 1850, Fall River would rank as one of the leading textile centers in the United States. The impetus for establishing a new cotton mill on the Quequechan River at Troy was brought about largely by the ongoing War of 1812, which led to widespread shortages and increased prices of cotton goods in the United States. By this time, the textile industry was well established in nearby Rhode Island and in other parts of New England. David Anthony, a native of the nearby town of Somerset, had gained experience in the cotton textile industry while working for Samuel Slater in Pawtucket. In April 1812, Anthony worked for a short time in the cotton mill of his cousin Dexter Wheeler, across the river in Rehoboth, Massachusetts. Dexter Wheeler was an experienced machine builder who had established a small horse-powered young military Rehoboth in 1807. The Fall River Manufactory's mill was completed in October 1813. Built directly over Quequechan River at the third falls above tide water, it measured just 60 feet long by 40 feet wide, with 3 stories. The lower story was constructed from field stone acquired from nearby, while the upper 2 stories were finished in wood. It became known as the Yellow Mill, and had capacity for about 1,500 spindles. Dexter Wheeler built much of the machinery for the new mill, with some of it being transferred from his Rehoboth factory. Dexter Wheeler served as the company's first president from 1813 to 1824. David Anthony served as the first treasurer of the company. The Fall River and Troy mills had barely begun operation when the Treaty of Ghent was signed on December 24, 1814, ending the War of 1812. During the period that followed, many of the recently established textile mills in New England struggled or failed due to a sharp drop in demand and prices for their goods, brought on by resumed shipments of cheaper products from Great Britain. Nevertheless, the industrious Yankee owners of the Fall River Manufactory persevered and sought to improve their business with new technologies. In 1814, the mill acquired a Blair picking machine, which had just been introduced in the United States. This machine was used to clean and process the raw cotton prior to spinning, a process that until then had been done by hand at considerable time and expense. The new device resulted in greatly increased production and about a 75% drop in the cost in the picking process. Initially, the company produced only cotton yarn, which was sent out to local farm women for weaving into cloth. However, in 1817, Wheeler built the first power loom to operate in Fall River. Although the first looms were rather clumsy and imperfect in their operation, they were gradually improved over time. By 1820, the mill contained 30 looms operated by 15 weavers. The Fall River Manufactory was incorporated in 1820 with $150,000. In 1827, the company built the Nanking Mill, which was leased to Azariah and Jarvis Shove for the manufacture of Nanking cloth. In 1839, both the original 1813 Yellow Mill and the 1827 Nanking Mill were demolished for the construction of a new larger factory, which became known as the White Mill. By 1850, the Fall River Manufactory contained 9,240 spindles and 209 looms, employing about 143 people. It consumed about 828 bales of cotton per year to produce 1,742,400 yards of print cloth.